San Antonio starts right now.
Hi, good morning. Happy Monday. It is August 23rd.
Hope you had a great weekend. All right, be honest, even in the messiest of kitchens, you have a pretty good idea what's in there right now. And that may include a number of plastic items. And that can include those plastic bags we get at the grocery store
or the containers for takeout.
Right, like soup containers or drawers full of cutlery.
Yeah, so I'm guilty of that. According to this study, as you see the headline there, most Americans hoard plastic. So a new study reveals that 62% of Americans are plastic hoarders.
The study asked 2,000 people about their plastic habits and what they want to improve on, notably getting rid of plastic after holding on to it for too long.
So with plastic waste being such a preventable problem, it's no surprise that over half the poll, 55%, say they'd rather keep plastic containers and other plasticwares that they know they will not use again rather than throw them away.
Some of these items plaguing American homes include the plastic bag, 49%, an entire drawer of plastic cutlery, 44% of those polled, a cabinet full of mismatched Tupperware, 39%, and a cabinet of old plastic jars, 18%.
So conducted by one poll on behalf of Core Hydration, researchers also find that 55% do not want to throw out plastics in their home without reusing them first.
64% of respondents add they'll never need to buy matching Tupperware because they have plenty of it sitting around in their kitchens.
And that used to be my excuse.
Right, that's what you said.
Half of Americans also want to reduce their waste but feel too overwhelmed to start.
In fact, respondents asked themselves, can this be recycled on average 4 times a week? So it's either that we're lazy and we're hoarding, or we really don't know what can or cannot be recycled.
Yeah, that can be a problem as well. Well, for me, sometimes I just think the containers are so pretty. It's like, oh, I don't want to throw this away. And then, you know, a year later, it's like, wow, I haven't used it. It's time to get rid of it right now.
Well, I want you to go home today, open up whatever cabinet those are in, and take a picture.
I might have to take several pictures.
A panoramic shot.
Yeah, a panoramic shot of all the plasticware. Oops. Let's look at today's 9 at 9.
The Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine could get full approval from the FDA as soon as this morning. Many vaccine-hesitant Americans have questioned the safety of the shot, citing the lack of full FDA approval.
At least 22 people are dead and 20 others are missing after record-breaking rains hit parts of Tennessee. Meteorologists say the state saw double the amount of rain as previous devastating floods.
Tropical depression Henri is dumping heavy rain on parts of the northeast U.S. Henri dropped nearly 2 inches of rain on New York City in just an hour, the most rainfall ever recorded in 1 hour in the history of the city. The storm is expected to bring more rain as it slowly moves out over open water.
Hurricane Grace made landfall in central Mexico this weekend as a Category 3 storm. At least 8 people were killed in a trail of destruction. The storm quickly dissipated and is no longer a threat.
Evacuations out of Afghanistan are speeding up. More than 5,000 were evacuated in a recent 12-hour period. Hundreds of refugees arrived in America this morning. President Biden has expanded the perimeter of American troops around the Kabul airport to help Afghans escape safely.
Civil rights icon Jesse Jackson and his wife are fighting COVID-19 from a hospital bed this morning. Both were vaccinated earlier this year. The family has not released details on the couple's condition.
General Motors taking a costly $1 billion hit, expanding a recall for its Chevy Bolt. The recall now covers all Bolt models, and sales have stopped indefinitely. GM says the battery in the electric vehicle is susceptible to catching fire. 10 fires have been reported already.
The uptick in COVID cases is delaying more office reopenings. Many companies now expecting that working remotely could last nearly 2 years since it began. Major firms like Apple, Amazon, and Facebook had delayed reopenings until at least January.
Bitcoin surged above the $50,000 mark for the first time since May this weekend. The cryptocurrency getting a major boost after PayPal announced it would allow people to buy and sell Bitcoin in their app. The feature only available in the UK right now. And that's today's 9 at 9. And we do want to update one of the stories in that part of our newscast. Just in the last 15 minutes, Pfizer's COVID vaccine did receive full approval from the FDA for people 16 and older, making it the first to be fully cleared here in the U.S.
And for now, let's look outside with live cam. Not too bad out there, 78 degrees for now, Sarah.
Yeah, for now, but you can feel that humidity, can't you? And today is going to be another day where we're going to be seeing temperatures well into the upper 90s with a heat index value at least at 100. Now, unfortunately, the aquifer is down a little bit more than half a foot over the past 24 hours, but it is still above the monthly average. So all in all, a generally healthy aquifer level. And as for the pollen count, the lack of significant rain has worked in our favor when it comes to if you have a mold allergy. Molds are low and they continue to go down. Molds low today at 290. I do want to show you that pretty picture outside right now as we're seeing the morning clouds give way to sunshine. Beautiful, but you can see the haze on the horizon there from the humidity. 79 degrees, a heat index already of 82, and looking at today's forecast, it's going to be a hot one. 98 for the high, feeling more like 100 to 105. At least we'll have a southeast breeze at 5 to 15 miles per hour. We have got a lot to talk about in the forecast. A mini heat wave here in San Antonio, an opportunity for some rain by the end of the week. And of course, we'll talk about those devastating floods across central Tennessee coming up in just a few minutes. Mark and Stephanie.
All right, Sarah, thank you so much. Taking a look outside with TransGuide this morning, we're looking at 281 and Hildebrand. Things are moving smoothly right now.
Our big story this morning, 12 area school districts headed back to class today, and among them, Carrizo Springs, New Braunfels, Southwest ISD, and Uvalde, all welcoming students back today. The largest district in San Antonio, Northside ISD, has also started classes this morning.
Sarah Costa has been live all morning at Broccoli Elementary School. And Sarah, earlier you had Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse with you. Were the students surprised when they were greeted by the Disney characters this morning for their first day?
Oh, they were so pumped and so excited when they were getting dropped off right behind us earlier this morning, and Mickey and Minnie Mouse are there and they're waving and they're taking pictures. They had music playing, and the principal here said it's part of kicking off their school year theme, which is a magical year. But she also said she really wanted to have Mickey and Minnie here to kind of ease the minds and distract some of the parents and students that might be worried about coming back in person, especially in the height of the pandemic. Now, Northside ISD does have a mask mandate that went into effect last week on all districts, campuses. All parents, staff, and students must wear masks while indoors. Now, that's a temporary mask mandate that was approved by the school board last week. The principal, April Mata-Tausch, says, as was the case last school year, the district will offer voluntary testing, contact tracing, clean surfaces throughout the day, and set up partitions where they are appropriate. Now, personal protective equipment will also be provided to students and staff if they need it. The principal says, but most importantly, she wants students to feel comfortable about being back in person.
Our number priority is making sure that kids and families feel safe and comfortable on campus. And so I would highly recommend that if they are nervous, to reach out to the campus and to sit down and have a conversation with whether it's administration, the counselor, the teacher. We really want our parents to feel comfortable. We want our students to feel comfortable coming back onto the campus because it is such a big deal for us. After missing some of them for that year and a half, we want them here.
So last year, Broccoli Elementary had about 80% of students in person. This year, they are at 100% back in person. The superintendent and principal said students do so much better when they are back in person, when they are in the same classroom among their peers and their teachers. And coming up at noon today, we actually spoke with one parent who had both of his children at home for a year and a half. They were doing virtual, and hear what he had to say about them coming back in person. Live from the Northwest Side, I'm Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News. Mark and Stephanie.
Thank you, Sarah. The proposed San Antonio city budget is out, and it is a record $3.1 billion. The first time the city budget has crossed the $3 billion mark.
The budget focusing on a wide range of concepts, including the city's financial recovery from the pandemic. Max Massey joins us live from City Hall. Max, when could the budget be adopted?
Good morning, guys. Well, it is expected to be adopted September 16th. We're joined here with the city manager. So right off the bat, how much did the pandemic play a part in putting this budget together?
It played a big part. Part of our revenues are recovering, but not all of them. We're seeing some areas of our business that are still lagging, the visitor industry and And then I think from the other part, Max, the lessons we learned over the last 18 months and making sure that we're investing in the things we need to for the community.
We can't talk about the pandemic without talking about the rising numbers that we're seeing, not only positivity, but also hospitalizations. Is that also factored into this budget?
You know, from the standpoint of making sure that we've got the resources available to do pop-up clinics and information and work with the community on COVID, it is part of the budget. It's also part of the federal funding we received. So we've employed all of that and put it into production. We've got plenty of resources at this point. We're also working very closely with the state.
Talking about federal funding, $3.1 billion. It's a big number for a lot of people to see. Record number here in San Antonio. Where does that number come from? Where does all this money come from? And what can people expect to see differently?
So it is a big number. It's a big city, 1.5 million people and 12,500 employees, and we do 40 plus things a day. We run an airport. We pick up garbage and recycling at every household twice a week. Police and fire and parks and recreation, and maintain 4,000 miles of streets. So we do a lot of things. The revenue is coming from either visitors that are coming here to stay in hotels, airlines at the airport, us who pay our solid waste fees or sales tax. It's a variety of different areas. And it really takes into account the investment we need to do both from a day-to-day basis. You know, what services do people need, but also the infrastructure that's needed and how we maintain that infrastructure or how we build new.
We saw a salary increase for city workers. I believe it's around 4%.
Yep.
And we also see a different way of responding to emergencies. What can people expect for that?
So that's one of the lessons we've learned in through the pandemic. We spent a lot of time over the last year looking at how police officers respond to calls, and police officers have become teachers in that everybody calls 911 for a lot of different things, and they're not necessarily emergencies. So we spent a lot of time with the community in the springtime and officers, and we've identified calls that we're going to handle differently. Loud music, barking dog, fireworks, and we'll have other city departments handle those. That lets the officers patrol, be available for more important calls. We're also going to do something differently with mental health calls, and we probably get 50, 60,000 calls a year for mental health. We're going to pair up officers and paramedics and a mental health clinician to help respond to those, and a team approach. That's not just a call where we always send a police officer. That's someone who needs something else, and we want to make sure that we're responding. So that's going to be a big change. All
right, City Manager Eric Walsh, thank you so much for your time
Sure.
this morning. And guys, if you have any questions about the budget, big shout out to RJ Marquez. He is a great explainer on what you need to know, what changes that you need to know, and of course, we're going to have so much more coming up on the news at noon. Mark, Stephanie, back to you guys.
All right. Thank you, Max.
9/11, about 79 degrees. Still ahead on GMSA at 9.
A deadly crash investigation still underway this morning. Where this happened and what police think caused it. That's later in Top Stories.
After the break, a closer look at the devastating flooding that's affected thousands in parts of the state of Tennessee. Any morning headlines take you to Rhode Island to see what Tropical Storm Henri did to that part of the country. Then down to Tennessee for more devastation.
More violence in Portland, but blooms in Columbia. David Sears is here with all this.
Morning, David.
Yeah, we're going to start with a little advice for you this morning. We're going to show you why you don't go out in a storm. Sarah Spiva will back me up on this. We're going to take you to Rhode Island. When Henri was slamming the coast, this is what happened.
Tried to take cover behind there just to get some photos, and Gus must have just taken me out. And I took a header, but I think I'm all right.
Yeah, John Gonzalez got cut up a little bit, otherwise survived. I know a lot of you are kind of laughing under your breath. Don't blame you. Good thing you didn't get hurt any worse than he did. Still a pretty serious situation, though. Henri was the first tropical storm to hit Rhode Island in 15 years. Waves as tall as 19 feet. The entire northeast coast took some sort of hit. They left a lot of damage behind, mostly due to flooding, boats floating over dams. Some places in central New Jersey got 8 inches of rain. There goes that boat. In Helmetta, about 150 people had to be rescued by boat.
My backyard actually turned into a lake. It was a normal backyard, but as you can see, you could probably put your kayak in here and kayak through it.
At one point, over 100,000 people were without power along the upper coast. If you thought that was bad, how about this in Tennessee? Talk about a deluge. An historic rain event in central Tennessee. Russian water wiped out homes, took cars and trucks down the river, stacked them on top of each other up against buildings, left buildings underwater, torn apart. During the height of the storm, it came so hard and so fast, people ended up on the roof. They were in such desperate situations. Brianna Coffey and her daughter ended up waiting on their rooftop to be rescued. The Coffey's house now marked with a red X so it can be checked for structural damage. When the waters receded, there was so much devastation that Brianna took her daughter to some relatives' house.
Just the devastation that is around her. She's already seen enough with being on the roof. I don't want her to see the aftermath of any of this.
Can't say you blame her. At least 22 people have died due to the flooding, and some reports say at least 50 are still missing. Those numbers were from yesterday, so we're waiting on an update today. And coming up in a few minutes, Sarah is going to show you some of the historical perspective along with some comparisons to some flooding we've experienced here in South Texas. And a look at the radar at the height of the storm. Some pretty impressive numbers, pretty impressive colors that you don't see too often on that radar. Sarah's got that for us in just a second. But first, all these weather events were going on across the country in Portland. More violence in the streets. This time gathering turned into a riot between Antifa, Proud Boys, and Patriot Players members. Some smoke bombs went off along with flashbangs. Each side used pepper spray. Vehicles were torn up. There were no reports of any serious injuries. Portland police said the gatherings were protected under the First Amendment, but there weren't any permits issued. And finally, we like to leave you with a smile on a Monday. You're in Medellin, Colombia, enjoying the Flower Festival. Florists in the area had a chance to show off their talents during the annual Flowers Parade. It dates all the way back to 1957. Not a parade last year due to COVID, and that was the inspiration for some for this year's decorations and parade. Look at those. It's pretty awesome, isn't it?
That's a big deal down there.
I bet that's the best smelling arena in the entire country right there.
I'm sure it is.
Without a doubt.
Look at that.
Absolutely stunning arrangements.
Good stuff.
Beautiful.
So, all right.
Thank you, David.
See you in a few minutes.
Sarah Spivey's back now. And of course, watching that video from other parts of the country, particularly central Tennessee, was very much reminded of how reminiscent that flash flooding was to issues we've had here over many, many years.
Yeah, off the top of my brain, October 1998, we can make some serious comparisons to that. So I want to talk, as David was mentioning, about why this area in central Tennessee saw so much rain. First of all, there was a stationary boundary just to the west of Nashville. And so these thunderstorms trained along this stationary boundary. Imagine the hardest rain you have ever seen in your life for several hours. And that's unfortunately what many of the people between Nashville and Waverly were dealing with on Saturday. Now you look at these rainfall estimates, it's almost reminiscent of Hurricane Harvey, but in a very small location here. Saw some reports of 5 to 6 feet of a wave of water rushing through towns in a short amount of time. And again, just some comparisons. Now, unfortunately, again, more than 17 inches of rain fell in this area right here in less than 24 hours. And as we've been mentioning, over 20 fatalities have been reported with more than 20 people missing. Let's compare that to the 1998 October flooding here in San Antonio. We received almost 16 inches of rain in 5 days. So those poor folks in Middle Tennessee saw more than what we saw in 5 days in less than 24 hours. And of course, unfortunately, we had 31 fatalities back in 1998. Now, these massive rain events, some scientists are saying that there could be more of them in the future because of a warming climate, but it's just a tragedy coming out of Tennessee from this over the weekend. Now, current conditions outside in San Antonio, we're not going to have any rain today. It's 79 degrees, mostly sunny with a heat index anywhere anywhere from 80 to 85 already today because of the high humidity. And looking at the satellite picture, you can see that these morning clouds are breaking up already. And we're going to be looking at a mostly sunny day today. It's totally sunny though right now in Del Rio, Eagle Pass, Uvalde, Gonzales, up in Austin, totally sunny as well. And temperatures are already warming up. 76 in Kerrville, 73 in Rock Springs, 80 in Del Rio, 81 in Cotulla, 78 in Gonzales, and 80 in New Braunfels. Looking at the futurecast, again, those morning clouds go away and we'll have nothing but mostly sunny skies. High temperature, 101 in Del Rio, 95 in Kerrville, 98 in New Braunfels, 98 here in San Antonio. You know, still technically we have yet to hit 100 degrees at the airport this year, but it is going to feel like that anyway. It's going to feel like 100 to 105 this afternoon. So if you have to be outside during the peak heating hours of the day, stay hydrated. Looking at today's forecast, 90 at noon, 96 at 3 p.m., 98 for that afternoon high. Sun will set around 8:06 to 8:08, and it's going to be a mild evening. Temperatures will drop into the 80s. Now let's go ahead and check in on Tropical Depression Henri. Now, even though it is not as strong as it was earlier, it is still expected to bring flooding rains to parts of the Northeast and New England today. Meanwhile, a heat high firmly in place here around Texas. And so because of that, we'll be looking at hot temperatures through the remainder of this week with heat index values anywhere from 100 to 105. Now, by about Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we are going to see that heat high move a little bit more to the north, and that'll open up the opportunity for a few coastal showers. Even then, the chance for rain, only 20%. Now, coming up in the next half hour, we're going to talk about potential development this time next week in the Gulf of Mexico. We are ramping up to the peak of the Atlantic hurricane season, so it makes sense that we're going to be starting to see some more activity. It is far too early to determine direct impacts to any of the Gulf Coast states, but I do want to update you on the areas to be watching by this time next week. Other than that, it's going to be hot and humid over the next several days with only a small chance for rain Thursday through the weekend. Mark and Steph.
All right, Sarah, we'll brace for the heat then. Thank you.
Right now it's 9:22, about 80 degrees.
And still ahead on GMSA at 9, a look at how Somerset ISD is welcoming back students to their classrooms. And welcome back. It's 9:26. Somerset ISD is welcoming students to its school campuses today.
This year, the district is only offering in-person learning with a mask mandate in place. Social distancing and all sanitizing protocols are also in place. Somerset Superintendent Dr. Hinojosa says their priority is for students and staff to be safe while providing a top-notch education. He says there will also be COVID protocols for staff and students who attend extracurricular activities.
We actually take extra measures for the safety of our students. We require them to test every week. So any student or staff member who is going to be part of that extracurricular activity, we mandate that they get tested. We want to make sure that all our teams and all our sponsors are COVID-free.
Dr. Hinojosa says the district will allow students who test positive for COVID-19 to learn virtually for up to 20 days during the school year. He says they are confident the protocols will be just as successful as they were last year.
We feel we were very successful. Partnering with community labs last year was a game changer for us. We started out with 38%, and at the end of the year, we finished with 83% of our students with face-to-face instruction.
Somerset ISD says they will notify parents when there is a positive case on a specific campus, whether it's a student or a staff member.
And there's a lot more ahead on GMSA at 9.
Still ahead, do you have plans for Labor Day? If not, we have an article on our website that could help you out. RJ Marquez has a look at what's up on KSAT.com.
Also later, the Cowboys take on the Texans, a recap of the game, and a look at the newly released Spurs schedule.
Top stories we're following today. San Antonio police trying to figure out what caused a driver to go off course and crash into a building on the near west side.
They found that woman dead inside her car. It happened in the 1800 block of South Laredo near South Brazos. Fire crews had to cut out a window of the car just to get her out. Her car hit the loading dock of Mission City Container shortly before 3 this morning.
Police say the woman who was driving was 27. They tell us it appears she hit her head on the windshield. Not sure exactly what happened to cause the crash, but they are trying to figure out if she may have fallen asleep or had a medical episode.
And we have a correction to make about the funeral services for a Bexar County Sheriff's deputy who passed away. The services will begin next Monday, August 30th. Deputy Floyd Cardenas was an 18-year veteran with the Sheriff's Office. He worked as a SWAT operator and head trainer for the BCSO K-9 unit, according to Sheriff Javier Salazar. He passed away in his sleep last week. He was 41 years old. A public viewing will take place next Monday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Mission Park off of Cherry Ridge. The funeral will be the following day on August 31st at Community Bible Church beginning at 10 a.m. We apologize for the error.
A heads up for VIA riders starting today. Might start to see changes to your bus schedule. VIA making route adjustments to make commuting to work and school easier. Some improvements include increased frequency, more express service for commuters, and better schedules to assure buses arrive on time. There's a long list of stops that are included in the changes, and make sure you visit KSAT.com for all those details.
And taking a look outside with live cam, we're 80 degrees, climbing towards the 90s and even the higher 90s, but we're hoping for some rain, maybe, I don't know, by the weekend, Sarah?
It's a possibility by the weekend, Stephanie. Not necessarily a probability at this point, but we'll take any little chance of rain that we can get in August. Some areas got some rain on Saturday briefly, but the aquifer is actually down 0.7 of a foot over the past 24 hours. Still above the monthly average, though, by more than 3 feet. So that is some good news there. Now, in the pollen count, some more good news. Molds are low. That's the benefit, I guess, of not having all that much rain, is that your mold count is low, and that's low today. Let's take a look outside really quickly. You can see those clouds are starting to break up. 79 degrees, south-southwest winds at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And today's forecast, I love this view there of the Arneson River Theater. We're going to be looking at mostly sunny skies, hot and humid, 98 degrees for a period of time this afternoon. It'll feel like 100 to 105. Well, southeast winds at 5 to 15 miles per hour. So what's up with the weather? Well, we've got a week of heat and humidity ahead with subtle changes, as Stephanie was hinting to, by the end of the week. And I'll provide a tropical update on the Gulf of Mexico. We may need to be on alert by this time next week. Mark, Steph.
Very cool. Thank you, Sarah. Taking a look outside with TransSky, there's a look at 281 and also at Highway 90 and 36th Street. Things are looking good right now.
This morning on KSAT.com, already thinking about Labor Day plans? Yes, we have you covered. We have some interesting news for Cowboys fans planning to head to a game this season.
Plus, a big bird, not the Sesame Street version, is on the loose in a Texas town. RJ Marcus is here to tell us about these trending stories on KSAT.com. Good morning.
What's up,
Good morning,
RJ?
guys. What's up? Yeah, anytime you hear large bird on the loose over the scanners, it's probably something that's going to pique your interest a little bit. We'll talk about that story here in just a bit. But okay, so it's Monday. Still never too early to start thinking about that next 3-day weekend and start making some Labor Day plans. And if you or the family looking to squeeze in one more summer adventure or just need an escape from that 9-to-5 job, there's plenty to do in and around San Antonio that weekend. Right now on our website, we have some events and adventures you could check out that weekend, September 3rd through the 6th. That includes a Labor Day artisan show at the Riverwalk and the Forward Parade of Lanterns. Pretty cool. What about going to an exotic resort zoo out there in Johnson City or visit the Guadalupe State Park for some hiking or some boat paddling? So there's also a silent disco at Hell at the Moon where guests get to wear headphones that play while DJs are playing music. I've done this before with the silent disco. It's kind of weird.
That's what I was going to ask you about.
Yeah, but you can pick your own music. That's what's kind of cool about it. Yeah, but then when you take out the headphones, everyone's just kind of like stomping around. It's just the weirdest thing.
If there's video, will you share it?
I'm going to have to, yes, if I make it out there.
Yeah, that's interesting.
We want to see and not hear that.
Right, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Well, speaking of traveling, a lot of San Antonians always make the trek up to Jerry World for Cowboys games throughout the season, and there was some recent news on fan attendance. AT&T Stadium will not require proof of a COVID-19 vaccination when fans head to a Cowboys game this season. Owner Jerry Jones made the announcement last weekend, and the Cowboys later released a statement saying masks are recommended for those who are not vaccinated against the virus. AT&T Stadium is right now operating at 100% capacity, and the NFL does not have a set policy for mask mandates. The Cowboys' first home game, though, isn't until September 27th against Philadelphia. So that may change. Hopefully it doesn't. We want to have a good experience at the Cowboys games. Always a fun experience there, especially with the Eagles coming to town. That's going to be a good time.
Always a great matchup.
A rowdy time.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay, guys, movie fans in New Braunfels, listen up. There's a new place to catch a movie right off I-35. Santikos just opened its 10th movie theater in the former site of the Alamo Drafthouse. So the Alamo Drafthouse closed this past spring because of the pandemic, but Santikos renovated the theater with new recliners, new digital projectors, and new food and drink options. Showing started this past weekend, and of course, you could get your tickets online and reservations. The theater is showing new releases like Free Guy, heard a lot of good things about that, Respect, The Suicide Squad, and Jungle Cruise. It's a pretty good lineup of movies there if you want to stay cool, I guess, from this summer heat.
A good spot in a growing New Braunfels.
Yes, we saw from that New York Times article. That was interesting. Growing New Braunfels. All right, guys, and finally, this is not a commercial for Liberty Mutual Insurance, but last week, officers outside Houston were on the lookout for what they said was an insurance salesman soliciting without a permit. That would be a runaway emu. Yes, this emu is having quite the adventure after getting loose in Roman Forest, which is north of Houston. Police said the big bird was running at large across the city, and officers just couldn't spot him or find him. It's unclear where the emu came from or who it belongs to, but residents are urged to drive carefully around town and notify police if the emu is spotted. And I just checked in on this. Apparently, emu still hasn't been found.
Oh, wow.
So still out there trying to push that insurance.
There's still an active emu alert.
Active emu alert. I don't know where his partner is. What is it, Doug or Dave? Is that what
the owner's name is probably Doug.
Yeah, there we go.
Sure.
Oh, the jokes write themselves, don't they?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Thank you very much, RJ.
Thank you.
Right now it's 9:38, about 80 degrees.
You're watching GMSA at 9, and we are getting a better idea of how the Spurs could do this season. A look at the newly released schedule after the break. And welcome back. It's about 9:41, and all Texas battle this weekend as the Cowboys played the Texans in the preseason.
And Spurs released their full regular season schedule. David and RJ back to talk about that. But first up, happy 21st birthday, Devin Vassell.
Ooh,
today.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
Yeah, there we go.
21 years
Still
old.
young. Wait till Devin sees his schedule.
It's going to age him a couple of years.
Probably.
A few of those candles he's got on his cake.
It's the first 21-year-old with gray hair we've seen in a long time.
There we go.
Wow.
What? It's a tough one. It's a little bit tough one. Yeah. First of all, of course, Texans taking on the Cowboys here. Of course, it's a big preseason matchup taking place here as both teams trying to still sort of figure each other out. And David's making some noises over here.
Wow.
Doesn't seem very happy with the backup quarterback situation. We got a chance to see all three guys that are in the running. The Cowboys say they're a Super Bowl team, but David, can they really be a Super Bowl team without a backup that they could count on?
Where's Andy Dalton when you need him?
Wow.
Man,
He's a Chicago
man. I just have some advice for Ben DiNucci. Do not throw a pick six while you're fighting for a job as a backup quarterback.
Well, I don't think that's smart for any quarterback fighting for a roster spot.
But not when you're like fighting for a second or third string job, especially because he threw a pick six.
Right. Garrett Gilbert got the start, did not look good. Cooper Rush came in and actually played pretty well right there, touchdown to Tony Pollard, who I think is going to have a nice year backing up Zeke. No problems there with the backup position at the running back spot, but, we're seeing some ups and downs from these guys. As you mentioned, DiNucci, David, not really a big DiNucci guy.
No, he didn't have a great game. Rush did.
Cooper Rush had a nice game.
Look at this throw right here. That's quality right there. That may win you a backup spot right there, but I'm not sure. Yesterday, I was watching it on the NFL channel, and it was silent. It's like, this is kind of fun. Nothing against the announcers or anything, because I kind of am one, but I mean, the NFL channel didn't have any audio on this game right here. And it was the replay of it. And it was just like dead solid. You can see. I was like, wow, this is kind of interesting.
That is kind of cool. And I watched most of it. It seemed like Houston had just a little bit more hustle. It could be me.
I think they're building a nice foundation there. Now, of course, the big question with Houston, guys, is I don't know what we're going to see, if we're even going to see Deshaun Watson this year.
Yeah.
But the Texans at least are playing hard and at least building sort of a winning culture, because I think it's going to be a long season for them.
Did you just say winning culture?
It's different to build the culture and then to actually go do it. I'm not predicting anything great from the Texans.
Same sentence with the word Houston.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're 2-0 and the Cowboys are 0-3 in preseason.
There we go.
Figure.
Positive thoughts.
All right, so they still got another week of this mess, and then we get to the regular season. That's what we're waiting for.
Yeah.
So let's get to the NBA San Antonio Spurs schedule that was released a couple days ago. Whoa!
Yep.
Oh,
82-0, right? 82-0, David.
Yeah, well, you got to win the first one to get the rest of them, so that's a good start. They start at home, so that's a good thing against Orlando. So that might even be a better thing, so they could be starting off 1-0. But
then
let me throw out a few stats for you, right?
Okay.
From viewing the schedule. They have 1 4-game homestand, 1 5-game homestand, 2 7-game homestands, and one of those 7-game homestands is actually 9 out of 10. So they play 7 in a row, go on the road, and come back and play 2. So they get 9 out of 10 at home. They have a 7-game road trip that includes 2 sets of back-to-backs within that road trip, and 1 8-game road trip, which is the rodeo road trip.
Can't forget about that one there.
4 back-to-backs in January, 12 back-to-backs total. And there's one of the little quirky things in there. They play Denver back-to-back at home on a Thursday and a Saturday, and then they play Portland back-to-back at home on a Friday and a Sunday. So there's
I
now
think,
you
look,
can check me on that.
No. I saw you writing down those notes earlier.
I could be wrong.
Look, I think the NBA did not do the Spurs any favors here. The Spurs are already predicted to win only about 28 to 30 games this year, according to what people in Vegas are expecting out of this team. And then I thought it's kind of rough on our guys. They have Milwaukee twice in the first 5 games. The Bucks, the defending champions, they get the Lakers and then Dallas right off the bat.
Amazing.
So it's going to be tough. But we're really going to get to see what these guys are made of right away.
It's Orlando, Denver, Milwaukee, LA, Dallas, Milwaukee. That's how they start the season.
Wow.
Good Lord.
Maybe the Bucks will be still in celebration mode.
But if you want to look at it from the flip side, at least they get some of that out of the way early.
That's true.
That's true.
So it's going to be fun.
Rodeo road trip February 8th, right through the 29th. I think that's when we get going. So a little bit back to normal. 82-game regular season schedule. There will be a play-in tournament.
Yeah, February 9th at Cleveland.
Okay, to the 28th.
And Atlanta, New Orleans, Chicago, Oklahoma, Washington, Miami, Memphis.
We're not listening to those Vegas guys.
Also,
yet,
want to
guys.
mention real quick, Patty Mills coming back to AT&T Center January 21st, and then DeMar DeRozan about a week later. So
Okay, there's some
Brooklyn,
good dates.
Chicago.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, RJ,
And happy
David,
birthday,
thank you guys.
Devin.
Yeah.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday,
Get ready,
Devin
buddy.
Bissell. Have a beer on us.
Yeah.
9:47 right
Beer
now.
on us.
Are you lying?
Sure.
Sure. Let's go ahead and check in with Sarah, who's been tracking our heat this week.
Yeah, and I've been laughing at those sports guys because that was such a fun little segment there. Yeah, our poor Spurs. All right, let's go ahead and take a look outside right now. We have got mostly cloudy conditions temporarily, but these clouds are already breaking up. It's 79 degrees at the airport, 81 at Port Say, 82 at GMSA Randolph, 80 in New Braunfels, 76 in Comfort, and 77 in Kerrville. Meanwhile, it's 80 in Del Rio, 81 in Cotulla, and 81 to start the day in Victoria. No surprises here with the forecast. We are just going to be looking at mostly sunny skies and a hot day. High temperatures should be in the upper 90s. We'll already be at 90 degrees at noon, 94 at 2, 98 for the afternoon high temperature. And we'll see the sunset at 8:06 tonight. And temperatures will drop into the chilly 80s this evening. Of course, I'm being a little sarcastic. It's going to be a mild and warm evening. Southeast winds at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Now, during the afternoon, peak heating of the day, 2 to 7 p.m., we will be looking at heat index values anywhere from 100 to 105. I'm holding on to the technicality, all right? We technically have not yet hit 100 degrees at the San Antonio International Airport, but that's an arbitrary number because it feels like it outside anyway. All right, on the radar and satellite, it's actually fairly quiet across most of the nation, with the exception of the Northeast and New England, which are still dealing with rains from Tropical Depression Henri, expecting some flooding issues in this area later on today. But here in San Antonio and across the state of Texas, we are under the influence of this heat high. It's building. And it is going to be right over us today and tomorrow. It'll move a little bit more to the north on Wednesday, but still from today through Wednesday, we're expecting high temperatures near 100 degrees. Again, technically, we may not hit 100, but it's still going to feel like it outside. And then eventually that heat high is going to move even more to the north. And what that's going to do is that's going to open up the opportunity Thursday through the weekend for coastal showers to make a run for the I-35 corridor. Is the chance for rain great Thursday through the weekend? No, it's not. It's only about a 20 to 30% chance on any given day, but a chance for a quick summer shower is possible. Now, beyond the weekend, we're really going to be paying very close attention to the tropics, because there are some indications that we will be looking at another development. Right now we've got some unorganized thunderstorm activity near the Lesser Antilles. This is going to be moving into the Caribbean Sea and potentially strengthening into a tropical system over the next 5 to 7 days. Beyond that, it could cross over the Yucatan Peninsula and enter into the Gulf of Mexico. Now, a lot of indications are saying that this will remain south of the Texas coast, but it is simply too far away to say that with confidence. And again, this is by this time next week, we'll likely be seeing some sort of activity in the Gulf of Mexico, and we'll want to track that carefully. It makes sense because we are starting to see the peak of the Atlantic hurricane season right now. Official peak is September 10th, but we're ramping up. So we'll be keeping our eyes on the Gulf by this time next week. Until then, just know that it is going to be hot and humid, upper 90s for the high temperature, with isolated rain Thursday through Sunday. Not only do we have a KSAT Weather Authority app where you can get your daily forecast, but we also have a hurricane tracker app where you can keep up to date with any kind of tropical activity, both locally and across the United States as a whole. All free to download. Mark and Steph.
Very good. Thank you, Sarah.
9:51, about 81 degrees.
And plans in the works for San Antonio's newest police station. Those details after the break. And a quick look outside with TransGuide this morning. We are looking at Highway 90 in Nogalitos. Looks like there's a line of cars out there on the access road. Not sure what the holdup is there. Looking at 281 in San Pedro, much better there. Things are moving. And also at 281 and Hildebrand.
Yeah, it was weird. I don't know what that was.
I'm not sure. I don't know if they're parked or what's going on there.
Sarah.
I know what's going on with the weather, though. It's going to be hot today. 98 degrees for the high temperature, mostly sunny, southeast winds at 5 to 15. We'll be looking at very similar weather tomorrow and Wednesday as well, with only an isolated shower or storm Thursday through the weekend.
So if you don't know where our studios are, they've been down here a while. We're on North St. Mary's across from Central Catholic High School, right on St. Mary's near I-35, and not too far away from the Museum of Art and the Pearl.
The Pearl, and also, I guess, the St. Mary's Strip.
St. Mary's Strip. So apparently we're about to get some neighbors just up the street here. SAPD is going to be building a $18.2 million new Central Police Station just blocks away from Pearl.
That's right. This is from the San Antonio Business Journal. So it's going to be a 24,000 square foot police station.
City acquired 2 acres fronting North St. Mary's between East Locust on the north and East Myrtle Street to the south.
So the 2-story station, an $18.2 million project, will serve the Central City area and house several San Antonio Police Department divisions. It will also bring to the neighborhood a community room and a small public park.
All right, so the City Historic Design Review Commission reviewed it and approved it on August 18th. The project team will return to the commission for final approval.
Very good, yeah. And the construction is expected to begin in the spring of 2022 and wrap up the summer of 2023, of course, weather permitting.
Weather permitting. For more on this and to share it, go to KSAT.com.
All right, you guys have a great Monday.
I'll see y'all at noon.